Hi there, welcome to episode 10 in this series of record reviews with me, JVT, coming to you from a balmy New York City. In past episodes it's been freezing cold here, but it's warmed up. We're right in the middle of summer. Raring to go. This week, it's been a few weeks since we spoke. We did that 70s little special. This time we're going to talk about the 80s. 1980s, high school, started work. Discovered lots of things. Music being right up the top of the tree there. So much so that I'm going to have to split it into two. I'm going to have to split it into Australian music and stuff from offshore, I suppose. First half I'm going to talk about music from outside Australia from the 80s. And I've got a whole pile of records here, so bear with me again. Random piles of music that not only I, but my brother David and my mates Booney, all the lads that are into the music at school listen to. So first cover of the rank, 1980s Huey Lewis and the News. Rock and roll. Bit of jazz influenced Bay Area rock and roll from 1980. The initial album from Huey Lewis and the News. Great album. All that band lineup except for this bloke still together today touring. Unbelievable. Great band. Much maligned, but a great band. Blondie. Fantastic album. I like this album too because I'm speaking to you from a building tucked in just under there, so that's a pretty cool record cover as far as I'm concerned. But a great band. We saw them last weekend, 2 weekends ago. They were the backup band from Morrissey at Madison Square Garden. They were superb. This is a great band that are an important part of my rock and roll teen years. Blondie. Adam and the Ants, Stuart Goddard, Adam Ant from the Sex Pistols punk era in London. He was part of that Bromley contingent with Billy Idol, Susie Sue and all those guys who were an important part of the punk era. Kings of the One Frontier, Adam and the Ants. Go out and get you some of that. Clash, Combat Rock, Glenn Johns, who also produced the Oils, Midnight Oil, great band from Australia. It's probably the Clash's last great record, really. Rockabilly influenced stuff. Rock the Casbah was a big hit off that. Everyone should have some Clash of some sort in their collection. This one from left field. I probably bought this album based on a single called One Thing Leads to Another, The Fix. But strong record, great strong record. Reach the Beach by The Fix. I don't know why this is in the pile, but even I dug a bit of Flock of Seagulls, so take it or leave it really, Flock of Seagulls. One of the great rock and roll bands from the 80s. This is 1981, Freeze Frame, Jay Giles band. Big hit all around the world, I think. This record, great rock and roll band. Peter Wolf on vocals. Freeze Frame, Jay Giles band. Ooh, here's a bit of hardcore stuff for you. The Plasmatics, hard metal meets punk. Wendy O. Williams on the late Wendy O. Williams on vocals. Coup d'etat. Got the sticky tape over the boobs. She means business. Got the dog. Rock on. Coup d'etat. Plasmatics. One end of the spectrum of the other. But this is a great album. The Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky. Have that in your collection. Here he is, the Whiplash Smile Man. The first Billy Idol album, which has got, what's this got on it? Come on, White Wedding, Hot in the City. Beautiful. The other great album was Rebel Yell, of course. All reminds me of my later high school years. Billy Idol. Oh, a rock and roll band from Dublin during the 80s. U2. Went on to mild success. War by U2. This one, what's this one got on it? Sunday Bloody Sunday. New Year's Day. Can't go wrong. U2, War. One of my favourite bands of all time, Jason and the Scorchers, Fervour, which is a little known EP from the what's this, 83? Yeah. I found this at a record fair here in New York last year, in beautiful condition too. Punk meets country meets rock and roll, all the vital ingredients. Jason and the Scorchers, Fervour. The Stones, probably the last great Stones album if you ask me, Undercover. Mick was great, Green Grape Form. She Was Hot, Undercover the Night. Great album. I used to take this to parties in the 80s. Used to have my Dymo label. This is a version I bought later on. Used to Dymo label my name on my records, take them to parties. Well, then we went a bit avant-garde. I used to go off on tangents. Talking Heads, great New York City band. This is called The Swamp. Goes on for a while. Chris Frantz, Tina Weymouth, Jerry Harrison, David Byrne. Talking Heads. This is an EP, yeah. Great album by a great vocalist, probably one of the greatest vocalists in rock and roll, Led Zeppelin's Robert Plant. Principal Moments, Big Log, I'm in the Mood. Donnie Sutherland put me onto this on Sounds on a Saturday morning. It's a great album. Principal Moments, Robert Plant. My favourite band of all time, Public Image Limited. This is what you want, this is what you get. Bit of limited edition EP stuff from 1984. Now, 4 years prior, the great man had passed on, but this is a definitive best of record, legend, best of. Great collection of all of his songs, strong from start to finish. Bob Marley and the Wailers, BMW. I remember Donnie Sutherland once again playing This Charming Man on a Saturday morning. I'm thinking that was pretty cool. Good guitar work, Johnny Marr, the great man, and the legendary Morrissey on vocals, Andy and Mike in the rhythm section. The Smiths' original album. This is a latest 180 gram rehash, but great album, The Smiths. House Martins, good time band from England. One of the guys, the bass player Norman Cook, would go on to be called a guy called Fatboy Slim, who had fairly big success in the 90s and into the 2000s as a DJ, muso, etc. The House Martins. Me and the Farmer, great song. But it's not on that album anyway. House Martins. London 0, Hull 4. One of the great frontmen of all time, Diamond David Lee Roth, Crazy from the Heat. My mum actually had this in her collection. I think because they had California Girls on it. Just a Gigolo. I reckon he's a legend, David Lee Roth. Eat 'em and Smile. No. Crazy from the Heat. Eat 'em and Smile from 1986. One of my favourite albums of all time. David Lee Roth. The Crew, Motley Crue from Los Angeles. Theatre of Pain, probably one of their worst albums really. Mid 80s. They were all putting heroin up their arms and it was a bit of a thrown together album. Their better albums are, their first album, Too Fast for Love, is a fantastic album. Then later on, Girls, Girls, Girls. Of course, probably in the late 80s, early 90s, Dr. Feelgood. which was their biggest album. The Crew, great band, about to pull the pin, I think, on their last farewell tour. Motley Crue. One of the great bands from that Sunset Strip 80s era. Probably in my top 5 albums of the 80s. Lost and Found, Jason and the Scorchers from Nashville. As I said before, rock and roll meets country meets punk. That's just the perfect mix. Probably their Sports and Four, some of the biggest selling albums of the 80s. Huey Lewis and the News. Great band live. Great musicians. Old Huey on vocals. Love this band. Thompson Twins from England. This has got Don't Mess with Dr. Dream. Here's the Future Days. King for a Day. Lay Your Hands on Me. Best song on the album. Here's the Future Days. Thompson Twins. I think I've reviewed this album before. Wall of Voodoo. 7 Days at Sammy's Town. Andy Preboy. The old mate, what's his name? Stan Ridgway had left by this time, but this is a great album from the late 80s. Reminds me of when I finished school, started work. Used to play that a lot. Roddy Frame, the UK, great UK musician. Aztec Camera is his band. This album called Love. Summer in My Heart was a great song off that album. 1987's Love by Aztec Camera. Now these are the later albums are of me. Remind me of moving to Melbourne, starting work, get my own stuff together. Lots of this stuff I had in cassettes, and then later on bought the vinyl version. I used to play this in the car. I used to have a white Valiant coupe. It's a great car. I used to play this flat out in the car. Thunder and Fire by Jason the Scorchers, one of the best side one track ones of all time. When the Angels Cry, Jason the Scorchers. And then to finish the 80s off, the great man comes out with this, Public Image Limited 9. Toured Australia, saw them both times in Melbourne. This is just awesome from start to finish. I love this band. Public Image Limited 9. So that's part 1 of the 80s. The Australian portion, I'll dig all those records out and get back to you as soon as possible. Rock on. Bye.
Heat wave blast, kids are screaming.